Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the Monday Reset. Thanks for joining us. All right, if you are watching live, type live in the comments below. If you are watching the replay later, type replay. By you guys actually typing those comments in there, it helps my, my video so that more people can see it. So I appreciate that. While we're waiting for some people to hop on, I'm gonna just make sure I can see myself. I wanna do some testing with the comments today to see if I can see you guys' comments when you're commenting, because I wanna try to make this a little bit more interactive if I can. So anyway, as I said, welcome to the Monday Reset. Thanks for being here today. We are going to talk about today how to get people in your community talking for real this time, right? Like, we're all posting on social media. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know, like, social media is a huge thing for me and my business. I'm posting 10 times a day, every single day. And some people will ask me, like, how come I don't see your posts 10 times in a day? And the biggest part of that is, like, I have so many multiple community groups that I either own or that I'm a part of. I have, let's see, I have just my groups and my life, my feed. I have my stories, and I try to just make sure I'm posting in all of those places. And that's why, you know, maybe you don't see them. The other thing to remember about social media is that only about your friends are only 7 to 10% of your friends are seeing your content. So it's really important to make sure that if you have friends or people in your database who you know you're connected with on social media, if you're not seeing their stuff, they're not seeing your stuff either. So we'll start out with a quick, simple tip before we jump into today's lesson. You know, I will sometimes instruct my coaching clients to sit down and make a list of your top 25 people that might be in your database that you can identify in your head, like, I'm not seeing their stuff. So let's just say I've identified 25 people. I sit down, I make a list of my 25 people that are in my database, and I'm not seeing their Facebook stuff. What I would do then is I would go search them out, go to the search bar, type in their name, and then start commenting on some of their posts. And by doing that, it tells the algorithm, oh, you know, Jill's connected to Susie Smith, so she's commenting on her stuff. So, like, it refreshes the algorithm so that your content is seen by more people. So a lot of times, like, we'll log into social media and I feel like I'm seeing the same person's stuff every single day, and, like, I'm not seeing a lot of new stuff. Well, that's the reason why. The algorithm thinks that because I'm interacting with those people, the algorithm just automatically thinks that, like, those are the people that it should connect me with. So just a little simple trick there to refresh your algorithm. Make sure that your friends on social are actually seeing your content. And that's too why you don't always see that I'm posting 10 times a day. So anyway, going back to why I mentioned that, to be able to post 10 times a day, it has to be engaging content that people actually want to interact with. So that's going to lead us into what we're talking about today. Like, let's just be honest. We're all posting and nobody's talking back, right? Well, maybe a few likes and comments, but no real conversation is happening. And, like, that's a problem. If nobody's talking to me on social media, nobody's going to be hiring me, right? They might, you know, be watching my stuff, but it's not like getting to know someone and having a real conversation with them. So today I'm going to share something that I've been doing in my community for about 15 years. You may have seen me talk about it before in the Real Estate Ramp Up group, and it creates conversations, connections, and people actually engaging. And today I'm going to share the full system behind it, the full sort of playbook that I created for my Insiders Group coaching clients. By being a part of the Insiders Group, you know, they get access to all of my templates, all of my stuff, my playbooks, step by step. But anyway, I'm going to give you today just a highlight of how the program works. So I'm going to start out by just showing you the sign. I got to back up so you can see it. It's just, I don't even know how big it is. I mean, you can see how big it is because I'm standing. It just says, slow down, children at play, and then it has my logo. My logo's somewhat small in the corner. Like, I want people to be able to see my logo, but I really want the focus of the sign to be on the slow down, children at play. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about my Children at Play playbook, as I call it, for getting community engagement. And I want you guys to, while we're talking about this, I really want you guys to realize this isn't about a sign. You find the post of where I did the sign. So you're going to see the post. It's a picture of my partner holding the sign, and it's attached to a Google form. So the post says something like, you know, I crafted a nice post about it. Just let them know we care about the community. We want to make sure the kids stay safe. It's getting nice outside, you know, because I live in the Midwest where it's constantly, you know, snowing. And so it's starting to get nice here in Hudson, Wisconsin, where I serve my clients. So it's the perfect way to kind of kick off the spring market for me. And so anyway, it starts with the Facebook post. In the post, I basically say, anyone that would like a free sign delivered to their house, fill out the Google form below, and we will deliver a sign to your front yard. Okay, well, that's step one in the process. So step two is we deliver the sign. So I let that post, you know, I put it on my Jill McNamee personal creator account. I believe I put it on my business account. I put it in my own local Hudson community group. I put it in like 3 other community groups that will allow you, because some other community groups don't always allow you to put stuff like that in the group. But I want to say I put it in like 3 or 4 different groups and on my wall. Well, we let it run. Actually, this year we only let it run through like the weekend because it kind of like took off. Usually every year we get 50 to 60. This year I got 165 signups for the free sign, and I actually had to print more signs. And I am not going to lie, I'm going to tell you, these signs, I get the nice, good quality ones. You can see they're good quality. They stand up in the wind. You know, there are other signs that you can get that are just poster board. And, you know, I have people. There was one family that lives on the main highway through town. They had their sign, they stapled it onto their mailbox. It was up through the entire winter. They left it up through the winter because it was stapled onto their mailbox. So I'm all about like spending more money for a quality product that people are actually like gonna feel okay about having something like that in their yard. The signs cost me between $11 and $12 each, so they are not cheap. But you guys, think of it this way. There's so many benefits to doing this. I have 165 signs around my community with my logo on it. I'm supporting my community. I'm offering them something of value. And now I have their email address, their phone number, and their mailing address. So I just grew my database by 165 people. And, you know, every year, if I look back to see, you know, because I tag them in my database if they sign up for one, like over the course of the 15 years that I've been doing these signs, like my database has grown exponentially. And more so than that, this is how you become omnipresent. This is how you become known in your community for a community leader, a community supporter. I'm supporting my community at a very high level. Like every single time people turn around, like I'm doing something good for my community and I'm just out there. So this is what starts the conversation. So this is why I want to go back to saying it's not about a sign. If you don't want to spend the $12 on the sign, you don't have to. You can do this without a sign. It's all about how you're engaging them in the community to get them to respond. So again, I made this simple post, who wants one of these in their neighborhood, in their yard? And basically, people comment, people tag their friends, people raise their hand. It's not about the sign. It's about getting people to engage with me. By them sharing my post, by them inviting their friends and tagging their friends, they're engaging and they're actually raising their hand and giving me permission to reach out to them in the DM. So step 2 is we go deliver the sign, and that's when we have the real conversation. You know, our runner delivers the sign to the front yard, and it's the follow-up after they're all delivered that gives me a reason to reach out. Hey, did you get your sign? Just checking in, wanted to touch base. Is there anyone else in your neighborhood that you can think of that might want a sign? It's just having that conversation. I don't bring up real estate. There's no real estate at all. It's just me checking in. Did you get your sign? And it's really funny because there was one lady that actually called me and left me a voicemail. And she's like, hey, you know, this is Sandy so-and-so. I live at 123 Main Street. And all my friends in the neighborhood, all my neighbors got their sign delivered and I didn't get a sign. And this lady was like super bummed out because she didn't get her sign. And I don't know if our runner just misdelivered, or maybe one of her neighbors accidentally got the sign that she was supposed to get. So anyway, of course we went and got her sign, but like that's how much people are enjoying and taking advantage of these signs. Like they're actually calling if they sign up for one and they randomly don't get one. So, all right, phase 2 is the delivery, the social proof, and the giveaway. So I go deliver the sign, I start meeting people in the community, then I'm posting about, oh, you know, our sign delivery was today. Did you get your sign? It gives you more reasons. And this, again, going back to posting 10 times a day, you know, you're probably thinking, well, what does Jill post about every day? Well, that gives me a reason to post. It just gives me a reason to make a post. So, you know, we're posting about our deliveries, we're posting photos, we're posting it in our stories, and then we have a giveaway. So after all the signs are delivered, I do an email and another social post. In fact, I did the social post today. So if you want to see what I posted, just go to my Jill McNamee creator page. It just basically says, by now, everyone that has signed up for a free sign has gotten their free sign. Our next step is we're doing something fun and we're offering one lucky winner a $100 Target gift card, or, you know, you could do a local restaurant giveaway or whatever. And the rules of the game are you just make a post, you share a picture of either you with your sign or your sign in your front yard, however you want to do it. You tag McNamee Real Estate Team in the post, and your name will go in to the drawing to draw the $100 gift card. So all they have to do is take a photo of their sign in their yard, or, you know, their kid with the sign, whatever they want to do. As long as they tag us in the post, they can go in the drawing for a $100 gift card. But what that does is it's like now everyone's seeing my name everywhere. That's how I'm becoming omnipresent. So if you don't know what omnipresence means, it means that when people come up to you and they go, oh my gosh, Jill, I see your signs everywhere. I might only have 2 listings, but I'm using directional signs. I'm using these children at play signs. Like, in their mind, and they're seeing me all over Facebook, because let's face it, 10 times a day, they're seeing me on Facebook. That's what omnipresence is. And I wouldn't say I'm there. I work every single day on becoming omnipresent in my community. I want people to think I am everywhere simultaneously. And that's what this does for me. Now I have 165 people that when they're driving around, they're seeing these signs that say the McNamee team on them. So again, it's just from a branding standpoint, it's really, it really provides me a lot of value because people are seeing me everywhere. They're seeing my name, they're seeing my logo, they're seeing that I'm doing something really good for the community. I'm just gonna look here to see if we have any questions. Okay, so the next step now is, that's how you become known in your community. The next step is engagement. And engagement, this is where most agents maybe will stop. Like, you offer to deliver the signs, you deliver the signs, and then you're like, okay, all done. Now all these signs are all over the community. But this next step is where it's really gonna take it to the next level for you. So the strategy starts here. You start talking about life with them. It becomes not about the sign, and it becomes more about what's happening in their life, right? Like, everyone sees, Jill got a new listing, Jill had a closing. Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares that we're getting new listings and we're having new closings. Like, that's us, like, vomiting real estate all over them. Again, when I talk about being a human first and a realtor second, now, if I post a story about my closing that happened on Friday, and I tell a story about the buyer, and my buyer relocated to Hudson, Wisconsin, single lady, wanted to get closer to family and out of Minnesota, whatever. I mean, you build a story around the experience that she had working with Jill and the McNamee real estate team. That is so much different than me just posting a picture of her holding her big giant key at closing. Like, yes, we had a closing. Yes, we have to show proof of concept, proof that we're successful, but we need to do it in a way that's not, look at me, look at how great I am. So by telling a story around the Slow Down Children at Play signs, or around my closing or my new listing, like, yes, we all are still gonna do our just listed post, but it's so much different when I can say, instead of saying, hey, just listed 123 Main Street, come check it out. What if I said, here's what a beautiful 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom home on a corner lot in Hudson looks like. Come check it out. Like, that is so much different than saying, just listed 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom in Hudson, and then I have my nice pretty Canva graphic. It hits differently when there's like emotion tied to it. So like, if I'm someone watching my content, then I'm like, oh, I want to watch this. I want to see what can you get for, $450 in Hudson, Wisconsin. And then they might watch my video. But if I just post like a Canva graphic of new listing, and let's just call it what it is, I'm still doing those types of posts, but I'm doing more, I do more like 20% posts like that, and 80% of real life emotion, storytelling type posts, okay? Because that's what's gonna draw people in. That's the emotion behind it. So anyway, people don't care about your new listing. They care about their life. They're busy with their life. So it could be, a post like, I drove through a neighborhood today and saw a bunch of kids out playing. Do kids still play outside? And wait for people to answer. Like, that's not a real estate post. it's kind of what real estate feels like, but it's not me selling myself. It's me asking a question that's going to get engagement that might tie back to my children at play signs, okay? So the conversation, and this is where the money is, people, like this is where the money happens, is, you know, again, if you just put it all out there and you don't say anything else and you kind of move on, it's like, that's like dropping the ball on a whole bunch of opportunity that you're not capitalizing on. So, you know, just posting, they get comments and then they do nothing. Like the post is only the beginning of this process of your lead gen. It's not the end. So that's what you need to keep in mind is the next thing you do, step 4 in this process, is you're going to reply to every single comment. And when it comes to replying, this is an important thing for you guys to note as well. If I just go to my post and there's 10 comments and I post a response to all 10 and it's all the same response, it's snooze fest, snooze fest, snooze fest. Nobody wants to see that. The other thing is if I respond to all 10 of them at once, when you respond to a comment, the algorithm thinks, oh, a lot of people are commenting because they don't know it's me commenting. The algorithm doesn't know it's me commenting. So the minute I start responding to these messages, Facebook algorithm goes, oh, people are liking this post. I'm going to push it back to the top of the feed. So what I teach is when you go back to revisit the comments, if there's 10, comment to 3 right now, and then come back in another hour and comment to 3 more. And then do 3 more, and then do 3 more. And I always leave one comment hanging that I can go back to later. Because again, if I go respond to all 10 of the comments, like I'm done. The algorithm is like, okay, there was a lot of interaction on this. Now there's no one's posting. So I'm gonna just kind of bury it until the next thing pops up. So I will always, you know, tell my coaching clients, like, don't ever post to all the comments at the same time, because then your momentum is dead. Like you're done. Like that's how you get a video to go viral, is when you start commenting, you're commenting on a few at a time and you keep going back and posting more comments to bump your video back up into the feed, into the algorithm. So keep that in mind. After I reply to the comment, I'm not going to just say, oh, Karen, thanks for commenting. I'm going to say, Karen, you know, so, do your kids play outside? You know, what do your kids do when they're playing in the front yard? Like, I'm going to ask Karen, instead of just saying, oh, Karen, thanks for your comment, I'm going to ask Karen a question. Oh, what neighborhood do you live in? Or, you know, how does it look in your neighborhood when the kids get home from school? Are they out riding their, I mean, any kind of question. It can be any kind of question at all to get them conversating with you. The whole goal of social media is to stop the scroll and to get them to engage. So it just needs to be a question. Anytime I'm responding to something on social media, I always try to make it a question so that they have to respond. Or I move the conversation in the DM where I start to ask the questions, okay? Because once you get someone, especially from this children at play situation, once I can get them commenting on my post, I can easily move them into the DM to have a private conversation with them. And again, I'm not vomiting real estate on them in the private conversation. I'm just interacting with them, trying to get to know them as a human, right? So anyway, it could be once you get into the DM, you say, hey, I saw your comment and I loved what you said. Are you in a neighborhood where kids still play outside? Because let's face it, like we all know, the kids these days, they're really into, you know, being inside, gaming, they're on their phones, whatever. Like I still truly love it when I drive through a neighborhood and kids are out playing ball or playing tag or riding their bikes or whatever. I just love that. I think it brings me back to my childhood. Like, we left the house, if it was summertime, like we left the, and of course times were different then. I'm 60 now. But I have such great memories of being a kid and playing outside and in the front yard or in the cul-de-sac or whatever. So it's great to try to encourage, parents to get their kids outside. Okay, so now when you're in the DM and you're saying, oh, thanks for your comment. Are you in a neighborhood where kids still play outside? Karen's going to respond and she might say, yeah, we live in Red Cedar Canyon and there's tons of kids in the neighborhood and whatever. Now I'm not selling. Like, I'm not telling Karen, don't forget I'm a realtor. Karen could care less if I'm a realtor, but she has my McNamee Team logo on her sign in her front yard, right? So the sign is getting the attention. The content is what's getting the engagement. So, as I said, you could run this play even without the sign, but the sign is just the way, it kind of is the door opener to get you conversating with these people who are commenting, and it's good branding at the same time. So personally, I think it's worth, I think I spent $1,500 to buy the signs this year because I had 165 people sign up. And I stopped my post, like I turned off my my sign up, my Google form after like 4 days because I was already at 165 signs and I'm like, oh, so part of me thinks, oh, why, I still had signs left. Why didn't I just let it keep going until I ran out of signs? But it took my team probably like 5 or 6 days to actually deliver all the signs. So it is a little bit time consuming, but it's great because like a lot of people, like one of my team members came back after delivering signs and he said, I got to one lady's house and she came running out, like going all excited that my sign is here, my sign is here. So it kind of is pretty impressive, like how much people like these signs. Like it's crazy to see like how they get excited about these signs. So anyway, like I said, it's step 1, the sign is what gets you the attention. Step 2 is the content that you're creating on social is going to be what creates that engagement. And then the conversations are what's going to build your business. And because when I do put them in my database and they get my newsletter next month, they're going to go, oh, this is cool. This is the team that gave us the sign, because they're going to recognize the logo. And, maybe they'll see something in my newsletter, because usually I promote other businesses in my newsletter. Sometimes I will offer a coupon in my newsletter. So I'm always trying to think of ways to promote other business owners in the community, and then adding value to the people who are getting my newsletter. Because think about it this way, you guys. If you ran your business like a subscription, a free subscription that people belong to, where you're giving them value every single month, like they get a freebie, or they get to sign up for a drawing, or they get a newsletter with coupons in it, or they get an invitation to a free movie event. They get an invitation to a free event at the YMCA at Christmas time where Santa's there. They get to make free gingerbread houses. Like, people aren't going to want to unsubscribe for that. If they're getting value in the newsletter, they're getting opportunity to engage with some of our community events that are free. Like, I've created a subscription model that no one's going to want to unsubscribe from, because I'm providing enough value. So think about it this way. Like, I can't look at my phone because I'm using my phone to do this live, but for those of you that are women, like Maurice's clothing store, the national chain, it's called Maurice's. we have one in Hudson, and Hudson's a small community. So for clothing shopping, like Maurice's is kind of the only option that I have for clothing without going to the next town over. So I go there kind of a lot, and if I need something new or I just want to shop for clothes, that's where I go. So I swear to God, like 4 times a day, I'm getting text messages on my phone from Maurice's saying, you know, buy $75, get 25 free, or buy one, get one half off, or whatever. Like seriously, I feel like it's 4 times a day. It's probably not, it just feels like it is. Do you know how many times I have looked at my phone after getting one of those text messages like, oh, I'm just gonna delete it? I can't. I cannot unsubscribe, because I then go, well, what if I need a new outfit or a new dress for an event? I might miss out on a coupon opportunity. What if, you know, I want to go shopping there? That would really suck to not have a coupon. So Maurice's has done to me what I try to do for anyone that follows me on social media. I want them to feel like, ooh, if I unsubscribe from the McNamee Team's newsletter, I might miss a free invitation to a free movie, or a free gingerbread making event for my kids, or a free Baubles and Bubbles jewelry swap event for the ladies. Like, that's what I'm trying to create, like FOMO. Like, these guys, I got them locked in. Like, I do not want them unsubscribing from my newsletter. Like, people have like so many things coming at them every day. If we can't find a way to stand out, we're going to be forgettable. And the whole idea is being impossible to ignore. Like, I'm actually giving a talk at my St. Croix Valley Girls meeting on Thursday called Impossible to Ignore. How do you become omnipresent, and how do you become so loud in the world that you are impossible to ignore? Like, sit down. Like, this should be your assignment for the week, you guys. Like, sit down with a cup of coffee and a notepad and write down impossible to ignore. How do I accomplish that? Like, what has to happen so that I am impossible to ignore? Like, how do you become famous in your town? Like, my coach back in 2015 said to me on a coaching call, Jill, what is it going to take for the McNamee real estate team to be Hudson famous in 2015? And then he's like, that's your assignment for the week. Click, talk to you next week. And I had to sit down and create a plan to basically become omnipresent or famous in Hudson. So the whole idea is like that they say, you know, you need to be the mayor of your town. You need, everyone in Hudson needs to know I'm a realtor. They need to know I'm with the McNamee team, and like in a way that's not annoying. Like, how do we do that? How do we become that without being annoying? That's the goal. Like, if you can figure out that secret, you guys, you will have more business than you even know what to do with. So start working on that. And I would love, if anyone watching this is going to do that homework, I would love to, if you're willing to do the homework, I'm willing to give you a free hour of coaching to go over your list. So take me up on that if you want. All right. So again, the conversations are what's going to build your business. So what to do this week, if you don't want to do the sign, this is kind of why I did the training about this right now that I'm doing the talk about it. There's still time to order signs. I just get these from my local print shop. They can have them done for you in less than a week. So if you want to do the sign, you know, if all you can afford is 25 signs, buy 25 signs, do your sign up sheet. When you have 20 people that sign up, shut your Google form off. It's that easy. That's all you have to do. So step one is making a simple local Facebook post. If you want to do it without the sign, you can. It just makes it easier, like I talked about with a sign. It's the door opener for the conversation. Step two is asking them a question that invites engagement. So even if it's maybe go on your social media wall and just do a post that is inviting engagement. Then reply to every single comment. But remember, don't reply to all of them at once. Start conversations from that post, whether you have the conversation on the post in the comments or you move them to a DM, whichever you want to do. You're going to start 5 conversations from that post and then DM 3 people. Move at least 3 of them into the DM. That's your job. Like, no post, not just posting this week. I want you to actually try to do this and see what kind of engagement you get. And, if you want to use the sign, great, go ahead and use the sign. But if not, you can still do the post and it will cost you nothing. So common mistakes will be, making it about the sign, talking only about real estate. That turns people off. They're not going to want to have anything to do with you. Not asking a question at the end of the comment. Not replying to the comments, not starting conversations. So it's all about conversations. If you don't work the post, this doesn't work. Like, don't be a poster and ghoster. Don't ghost people after you make the post. All right, so make 1 local emotional post, start 5 conversations, move it to 3 people to the DM. It's not about being clever. It's about being connected in your community. The agents who win are the ones who feel like part of the community. They're showing up as a community leader, not just someone trying to sell in it. So this is the difference. And, between all of the stuff that I do in my small community, Hudson has about 35,000 people in it. So that is the other beauty of what I have here in my market is it's a small local area, and I've been selling real estate for almost 20 years. People see me as a leader in the community. I am being a leader. Other realtors are showing up as a salesperson. I am showing up as a community leader, someone who gives back to her community, someone who elevates other business owners. Again, and I know this is, I'm on my soapbox about this one, you guys. If you want people to love you, all you have to do is talk about them, share their wins. If you have a business owner in your town who just won an award or was featured in a magazine or whatever, share their posts to your people and say, hey, congratulations to Dipsy Ice Cream. They just had their 2-year anniversary. Go show them, stop in and show them some love to congratulate them. Well, guess what? The next thing you know, the Dipsy Ice Cream people are reaching out saying, hey, thank you so much for sharing our post, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I know Alexia and Susie, 2 of our insiders, are actually getting free meals from the restaurants they're promoting. They're giving them free meals. So it's, you're not doing it to get the free meal. You're doing it to show up on social media as the giver, not the taker. So I don't know if you guys are readers, but I'm a big reader. One of my favorite books is Adam Grant's book called Givers and Takers. And in the book, he talks about you're either a giver, a taker, or a matcher. So the giver, we all know what those are. I'm a giver. The taker, we all know those people who they don't give a crap about you at all. They're just there to take. Unfortunately, I know a lot of those. And then a matcher. A matcher is, I'll do something for you if you do something for me in return. And, the best person to be is the giver, because when you show up as a giver and you're giving to other people, it just naturally elevates you, especially when you do it publicly on social media. When you're constantly sharing about others and giving and giving and giving, people who are watching you do that are like, holy crap, does this girl ever ask for anything for herself? Because I'm constantly giving. And I've had people say to me when I show up at the door, I feel like I already know you. Like we chose you because of how much you give back to the local community. And that's free, you guys. It costs me nothing. It's totally free. I sit during my couch and coffee time every single morning. I get up at 5 a.m. I sit on my couch with my coffee and look intentionally for business owners in my community to promote. So that's free. It costs nothing. So for those of you that are, oh, I don't have any money to spend on marketing, who needs money? Just get on social media and promote others. That's all, you guys, it's that simple. It's just that simple, but we don't always think about it. So we have to be super, super intentional about how we're spending our time on social media. Like I said, I'm so passionate about that because this is how I'm getting 1.4 million views on my content every single month. In 30 days, over 1 million views on my content every single month. And my engagement is up like 58%, which tells me they're liking my content because they're engaging with me. So for those of you that don't have money, please just get on social media and promote other people. That's all you need to do. It's that easy. It just takes being intentional. Okay, so like I said, I kind of got on my soapbox there, but by doing that, it'll show the community that you're not just someone trying to sell something. Because, we all run into salespeople that are pushy or whatever. Like when I got into real estate 19 years ago, like I did not want to be that pushy salesperson. I'm like, crap, if I have to be the pushy salesperson, like I don't want to do real estate. Like I'm going to find a different way to do it because I just didn't want to be that person. And so, this is building a hyper-local business that I have built has allowed me to have a really great career for 19 years. Like I cannot tell you, and when I got in the business 19 years ago, Facebook, social media, Instagram, like none of it even existed. That is why I started my St. Croix Valley Girls networking group. That's what got me through those years before social media became a thing. So think about that a little bit too. So just remember, if you want people to talk to you, you have to talk to them about what matters to them, not about what matters to you. So again, you're promoting them, like what's happening in your life. Like it's not about real estate. They want to talk about what they're doing. They want to talk about their life and what's going on for them. So inside our real estate ramp up group, we go deeper into this whole thing. Like I just gave you a quick snapshot into what we do every single day in the real estate ramp up insiders program. It's a monthly group coaching subscription. We meet every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central. And we just break all this down. We actually do it. I give you the playbook. I give you everything you need, all the scripts, everything. To get this going in your community. But this is just one thing that we work on. But anyway, so if you're interested in more information, let me know. You can either comment below or send me a private message and I'll send you more details on that. We'd love to have you guys join the group. But think of it this way. The post starts with the conversation. You make it about their life, not your listing. Local is going to win every single time. Work the post and then create the connection is what is going to create clients for you guys. So the sign is what you're using to get the attention, but the conversations are what build your business. So that's what I have for you guys today. I'm going to just check Facebook here to see if I have any comments. It's always so hard to see if there's anyone commenting or if you guys have questions. So if you have questions, put them below. Let me see. It looks like there's one comment. There's one comment, but why am I not seeing it? Okay, whoever commented, I don't know why, but I can't see. Let me just see if I can Yeah, I can't see your comment. I'm looking on my laptop and I'm not seeing your comment. Okay, well, maybe once I log off the live, I'll go back to being able to see what your comment was. And then I'll put the answer to the question. Or after you get off the live, go ahead and just type your question in the comment section and I'll answer it. Oh, Cara, I know I get so sick of seeing fellow agents do that on social media. Yes, I know, because it's the whole like sales tactic. Look at me. Like that's just not the way to show up and make people want to interact with you. Like, it has to be about them. It has to be a way to start conversation. So yes, I agree, Cara, 100% with you on that. So, all right. Well, you guys, everyone have a fantastic week. Thank you for watching today, and we will talk soon. We'll see you next week.